to the bone. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my zone.
No mai, haere mai. Welcome along to the second game on your Saturday night. Fly Palmy Arena, inside Arena Manawatū. Palmerston North, the Jets hosting the Sharks. And we're looking at game number 4 of round 7. Both these two teams looking to climb the ladder, and it has had a little bit of a shake-up. Andrew Mulligan, Casey Frank on hand for this one. Casey, these two teams sitting inside that 6, but as always, just needing W's and points margins.
On the lower half of that top end of the ladder, so absolutely need to start stringing these victories together. The Jets coming off a tough loss a week ago in Franklin, against Franklin, where they just weren't able to control the glass. Well, is that going to get any easier against Gill on the interior of this Shark squad? But what we will see is some of the premier scorers in the league. 4 of the top 5 scoring players in the competition are going to feature in tonight's game, Andrew.
It certainly is, Casey. Here is the ladder. And it has been updated since that Tuatara victory over the Rams. They led by as much as 21. They jumped out to a quick lead. Rob Lowe was one rebound away from a triple-double.
Somebody tell him, somebody tap him on the shoulder. Who's his Jack Wolf when you need it?
Yeah, there you go. And as you can see, the Bulls and the Jets, the Jets and the Sharks rather, 5 and 6 on the ladder. The Franklin Bulls sitting in that 4th spot by virtue of beating the Jets last week and then beating the Airs last night. Hawke's Bay, the Giants, the Saints, they'll all play tomorrow. The Saints have the Sharks tomorrow as well. So an important lower North Island road trip for the Southland Sharks. And here are the games to come, which will be that double header tomorrow. And your starting 5 for the Sharks. Inga gets the call up because Julio Leosonga Ape is out with injury. So it will be Kendall and Burton and Anticevic and Gill. And for Guy Malloy, need those wins.
Guy Malloy, some tough losses at home in recent weeks. What do you need to do tonight to turn the form around?
Yeah, we have to play a lot more physically than what we've done. A couple of poor performances at home. Starts with our defense. Players, the guys have been training really well. They know what they have to bring, so just have to respond.
The Jets have 3 high-scoring imports. What have you worked on to prepare for Blake, Heron and Pippin?
Yeah, just basic things, really. I mean, we have to get back in defensive transition, prevent easy scores there. Blake really pushes the ball quickly. We just have to do a better job of getting down, guarding our yard, communication on basic plays and blocking out well. So it's really just an adherence to basics, but they've got to be done with a lot more focus and intensity than what we've had.
That's great. Thanks, Coach. Good luck for the game.
And for the Jets, they have this trio that is arguably the best trio of imports in the league. And Blake, Heron and Pippin. And Josh Ledger, a welcome addition back for Ngāti Taufale. Liam Judd's been a revelation for this team, and he's captured a lot of people's imaginations with his role playing and his shooting as well. Ngāti Taufale, he knows that the job isn't done when you've got 3 high scoring imports. It'll take a whole team effort.
Ngāti Taufale, a loss at home to the Bulls last week. What has the message been to the players in preparation for the Sharks tonight?
Well, the game's played 40 minutes, so we've got to, compete for a full 40 minutes, and we've got to remain composed, all right? So, our character and composure down the stretch wasn't great. However, we've worked really hard this week on taking care of the ball and playing for a full 40.
Jeremy Kendall is having a big season for the Sharks. What do you have to do well tonight to limit his influence in the game?
Yeah, JK's had a MVP type season, has he? Every team's had different schemes to combat his effectiveness, and we'll do the same. But he's a great player. Great players will find a way to get involved. And the one thing that we've tried to impress on our group this week is that if we can keep the ball out of his hands, it's tough for them. Make someone else make a decision, then that's what we're going to be focused on tonight.
It's great. Thanks, Coach. Good luck for the game.
Yeah, Casey, this is the head-to-head powered by the TAB, the official stats partner of the Sal's NBL. And you can see when that pops up on screen just how high scoring that trio can be, but it hasn't worked out overall for the Jets.
Well, that is because that trio scores about 70% or 70 points of that 84.7 per game. And there's a lot of variance with the three ball. Nobody shoots more threes than do the Jets, 50%, but also nobody defends that three-point line better, hence why they're fourth in the league in points against. The Sharks, however, high pace, high offensive firepower, but poor defense, a bit poor, sitting down there at 7th overall. They're really going to depend on Jeremy Kendall and that 42% from deep tonight.
They do a great job, the Jets, of defending that three-point line. They got burned a little bit by the Bulls last week, but they hold opponents shooting to 25.7%. We've seen in some games, as these are the referees for tonight's proceedings, some games, when you get the ball over half court, it's incredibly hard to get anything going from that three-point line inwards.
Yeah, it's certainly very gummy out there. They've got length and athleticism out there, so they can contest. They can really force you to put that ball on the floor, take away those easy looks from three, and because of that length, even when they're not quite in the picture to challenge, they're still able to get a hand up. Really excited to see this squad for just the second time I've been calling them this season. My first time, only one import, only Daniel Pippen the second on that team the first time around. Then the first time these two teams met as well, opening game of the year. Well, the Sharks team has changed a bit since then, but this Jets team has changed a lot, and that's going to be the question. How do the Sharks deal with the influx of talent that the Jets have received since that opening game of the Southland NBL 2023?
Braden Inga averaging just under 11 points, shooting really low for him, 27.3% from downtown, but he is a sniper. He's got size as well. Anticevic, he too can hit the long ball. And Grant Anticevic, also a great rebounder. He's averaging just under 15 a game. Romaro Gill, a presence in the middle. Danny Pippen will have a field day if he can drag him out of the keyway. And maybe Guy Malloy maybe has some schemes to protect Romaro Gill, because when he gets in foul trouble, the defensive pressure and size for the Sharks falls away a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely, Andrew. It's going to be a bit of a test for Romaro Gill. He's inserted back into the starting lineup with the departure of Leo Lasong'Ape, so he's going to be tested early.
Here's Burton, puts the runner up. Heron with the rebound. Here's Javion Blake, pulls the trigger early.
They're going to be putting some pressure on the trans D of this Sharks unit. Up and at him quickly.
Inga. And his Tall Blacks debut last year, or earlier this year actually. As Kendall kicks it to the corner. Burton knocks that down.
Just too much help off of the sniper in the corner. Has that gun, will let it fly, especially if you give him that kind of airspace.
There's Judd in the corner. Mara Gill taps it to Jeremy Kendall. An absolute surgeon in the pick and roll. And Danny Pippen wanted the travel, but we have a foul called.
Liam Judd gets his hands stuck in the cookie jar there. We see what Jeremy Kendall does so well, and that's his change of speeds and acceleration. Looking like he's going to drop it off, but bursts out of it, forces Judd into the foul instead of just playing solid D on the pass off.
Great look to Inga.
Nice block. Oh, that was clean.
No, they're saying it's golf tending, and
I hope we have a second look at that one, because he's got that one from our view here before it dropped. Taking another look at it.
I think they're saying goaltending.
The goaltending was the call.
Maybe he slapped the backboard.
Backboard afterwards, but I thought he got the ball first. But if that is the backboard, that is a different call. You cannot hit that backboard and shake it to let the ball miss.
Heron, left hand finish.
Same call.
Again, a rarity.
And on the backboard, count the bucket.
Kendall with Judd on him. Inga. Kendall hesitation. Burton in the other corner. No result on that one. Blake pushing. Heron, as Inga went under the screen of Ledger. And then Tisovic pulls down the rebound on that miss. Here comes Kendall.
Both teams really creating quality looks early. Offense not going to be a problem.
Burton, Kendall, Inga in the corner. That's the corner for the Sharks. That is for sure. Second three on that one.
2 for 4 from deep now. Ooh, that one gets smacked out of there.
And down goes Braden Inga, and over goes the drinks station for the Manawatū Jets.
Love the hustle. Love himself getting involved. You know, you mentioned he's not shooting the ball as well as you would expect. As we take another look at that, Gill smack it out of there, and then the hustle as Inga goes into the corner. Well, he's working his way in with a 3, but that hasn't stopped the effort on the defensive end.
Mustafa Heron fouled on the drive. 2 shots coming for Mustafa Heron.
His penetration ability is really elite here in the NZNBL. He's got such quickness. Once he gets that defender on his hip, his athleticism really makes it difficult for the point of attack defender to keep him from getting where he wants to go.
A 5-star recruit out of Auburn, went to St. John's, 6'5". He's 25 years old. So is Pippin. And so is Blake.
It's a great time for a basketball player.
24, excuse me, is Blake. But yeah.
24 is not as good.
No?
You
Okay,
haven't
25 is
figured it out
peak. Well, the male brain hasn't fully formed until around
Ever.
25 years.
Oh.
Oh, no, ever. Well, some of them, yeah. Especially in, like, comment sections on the internet. Mostly their brains haven't formed at all.
Yeah, you're starting to understand the game pretty well at 25, but you're still at peak athleticism. You know, this peak basketball year is 28 to 32, as we see Jeremy Kendall has stretched that peak out a lot further with intelligent plays like that. Getting Josh Ledger up in the air with the head and shoulder fake, and just where's the foul to go back to the TAB for a couple of attempts there.
Yeah, this is what Jeremy Kendall can do. He'll just get you in that sort of 14 to 16 foot range and then hit you with a variety of feints, fakes, and shimmies. And he'll just read the play. It's like it's a little bit in slow motion for him in this one. For Jeremy Kendall at this level, he is, I say, clinically precise.
He absolutely plays at his own speed as well. He's not going to get sped up. And he's got such great strength as a guard that when he gets into that mid-range area and does get you up, he's got the strength to play through contact and get the finish regardless of the whistle coming his way or not.
Here's Heron. Judd chased off that three-point line. Ledger for 3. Ledger can't get the roll. It would have been his first 3 since he's come back from injury.
Sharks really aggressive on the ball, but it's packing in everywhere else.
Oh, that's Liam Judd's second foul. Jeremy Kendall just hesitated a little and then just finished with the right hand on the left-hand side.
Oh, this Southland Shark squad is looking well in control early in this one. Feeling a lot of confidence with Jeremy Kendall running the point, finding pretty much any shot they want across the court right now, while the Jets have struggled to create quality. They've been chucking it away from deep as they always do, but not a lot of clean looks out there as Kendall completes the three-point play and stretches the lead to 9.
Out of Jefferson High School, Indiana, Jeremy Kendall is 35. His brain is well and truly developed. 3 ball from Paith Mormasia. This is that. And Tisovic gives it up to Alonzo Burden. Sharks with an early 9-point lead. Going to Gill, the big man. Loses the handle, throws it away. And not a great position there for the Sharks.
That did not go the way that Dre drew it up, unfortunately. Just a wayward pass after the pressure gets to him. Manawatū ball in the half court.
Blake. Mormasia. Danny Pippin II's been quiet for the Jets. So why not hit a baseline jumper?
Yeah, gets his first shot of the game that I can remember, gets the ball in hand, a decent look, and he will instantly go to work. A prolific scorer from anywhere on the court.
Burton. That three is rebounded by Danny Pippin. Here's Blake crossing up. Finish with the right hand is nice from Javion Blake.
I love the way he attacks the shot blocker there and still lofts it up over Gill to get the finish. Gill's really affecting people at the rim right now, but they cannot be timid. You have to keep going and attacking his body.
Javion Blake might be just 24 years of age, but he's played in Denmark, Czech Republic, Mexico, where he's been a champ, Romania, Argentina as
Kendall
well.
To the cup.
Jeremy Kendall just doing what Jeremy Kendall does. That's why he leads the MVP race. And
oh my.
is that a foul on Inga?
They called the travel, actually. I thought the contact from Gill might have gotten Mustafa Hair on the whistle there, but that is not what happened. It was that Javion Blake on the drive, as he's saying that it affected the pass. Either way, a travel to call back to the Sharks, who have done a nice job in defensive transition, really slowing things up.
(15-8). The Sharks with the lead. Kendall gives it to Gill, gets it back. In the corner is Johnny Helu. And Atisevic for three. Ah, that's nice. The Sharks came in shooting 50% from the corner. And I think they're at least 3 for 3, if not 3 for 4 in this game.
Any shot they take outside of that corner, if I'm Coach Montgomery Malloy, I'm yelling at him, get it back to the corner.
It's no good.
Nice find there from Ben Hall, swinging it around.
They're 3 for 3 from that corner. Danny Pippin the second, facing up. Mara Gill with the rebound.
Jets really struggling to create some quality looks in the half court. Really satisfied to just chuck it up over a defender's hand.
Good defense from Momasia. Here comes Blake. Stepping around, and Atisevic. Nice from Javion Blake.
I just found money there. And it's sprint instantly after catching it, and Atisevic does well not to get the foul.
Kendall steps into a three, and that's good. The Sharks raining threes in this first quarter.
Sometimes Jeremy Kendall lets it last a little bit before he starts going and looking for a shot. 3 for 3 from the field, 10 points already for Kendall. He has absolutely taken over in the first quarter.
Pippin misses.
He's got the smaller Helu on him, and he doesn't go at the basket, fades away instead. And if I'm a smaller player against a big, strong guy like that, I feel that's a win.
Helu misses everything except the outside of that net. Now the Jets are running. Sharks get back. Blake hoists the three, and that's good from Javion Blake.
I love that pressure in transition, pushing the speed until they stop. As he pulls it out, Atisevic can't follow him out quickly enough. Hand down, man down. Three is good.
Had a foot on the line, so it's only a 2. Amaro Gill. That's a nice finish from the big man. No one is going to get up there and contest that shot. And we've got a timeout to the Manawatū Jets.
And it's going to be to talk about defense, because this has been pretty easy so far for the Sharks. They are 7 for 11 from the field overall. That's right, 7 for 11 as a team, 63%, 3 for 6 from deep right now, and haven't missed from the TAB. So everything feeling very good, leaving the hand, while the Jets just 5 for 13 and 1 for 6 from behind the arc. And we know this team is going to get up more threes than anybody else in the competition. As we take a look at the Jets fans enjoying Benny the Jet dancing around.
Love it.
But as this game goes along, we certainly expect the Jets to come back to the mean when it comes to their three-point shooting, because they're 1 for 6 right now. Half their shots are threes. Their three-point rate is over 50%. And the great equalizer at all times is that ability to just find a little streak with the deep ball.
Always good to see the fans in their colors. You can hope you scan that QR code, get some team merch as well.
Is there like a party favors company making stuff, wondering why the Manawatū and Palmerston North has such a big influx of year-round St. Patrick's Day gear?
I hope so.
Because this has got to be the top-selling market in New Zealand.
I hope so, and I hope they don't discover the likes of Wish or Timu for getting green gear. Deep catch from Pippen, he kicks it out. Blake for three. That's good. Jamming on Blake now. He's starting to heat up. He's got 8.
A little bit of space, and he is feeling good. Great catch and recovery from Pippen. Doesn't panic, finds another good shot, and Blake takes care of the rest.
Benjamin Hall from the corner.
That's Brendan Inger.
Excuse me.
The pass, I believe, and
My apologies.
Brendan Inger gets the catch and hits that little fadeaway, looking smooth early from that baseline, a couple steps in from his last make.
Inger over to help Pippen. And he just pushes him, gets away with an armbar, and manages to tip the rebound to Anticevic.
Not often you're allowed to elbow a player who's about to shoot the basketball, but Brendan Inger physically defends that possession.
Speaking of physical, Jackson Stent is out there. Kendall, nice stack. Anticevic dives. Inger's in the corner. Kendall gives it to Anticevic, and he finishes with the 2 hands. They just picking apart the Jets inside.
Well, you see Stent tried to force him to that left hand, but he's too good to shade one way or the other. You can't give him the advantage. You just have to give him some space, challenge late, especially with Stent's size.
Heron caught too deep, threw it away. Sharks have this 10-point lead. And Hilo on the drive there. Across the court was fouled. Might be Stent with the call on him.
I didn't see quite where the contact was. We'll take another look at the steal there. Yeah, I guess it was the contact on Hilo from behind.
Yeah, Stent was asking on who quite quickly. We'll find out who that is shortly. Hilo up high with Gill. Cowie in the game, he has the ball. Gill, nice finish from the big man.
It's just too deep a catch. You have to shade a little bit more to his side, force him to get that catch outside the lane. If it's in the lane, with his size, it's a finish.
Campbell Scott in the game, and he misses.
And the Jets are not coming out with the enthusiasm and energy that you need in a must-win game. The Sharks executing very nicely early.
Hilo. Inger spinning, stepping through. He traveled.
Not a bad attack though. Thought he had the advantage. And on the spin move, just a bit with the happy feet. Love all the action on the rim that the Sharks are coming with right now. Not letting the Jets settle when they're shooting from deep, and they're using the up fake the next time around to create that space for the driving lane. It's a fly.
Certainly does.
Vivian Blake again.
He's having a quarter too. He's got 11 now.
3 for 4 from deep.
Oh, what a look from Romaro Gill.
That was like a seeing eye dog to get through there.
Ben Hall misses that 3. You've got to shoot it from the other corner, Southland. Oh, great defense from Cowie on Blake. Timed it nicely. Momasia misses that. And Inger pulls down the rebound. And that will do us for the first quarter. Southland Sharks in control, put 28 in the first 10 minutes of the game. They're up 9, 28-19.
Away you go! All right, cheer them on, guys! Let's go, Aiden! Woo!
Welcome back. Fly Palmy Arena Manawatū. The Jets in a hole, down 9, and at 28 points to be scored on them, and Southland just look in control, surgical almost. Used that analogy twice now, but they're just being picked apart, aren't they?
Well, Jeremy Kendall leading the way has really been able to find the shots the Sharks want to get, whereas the Jets have been struggling a little bit in half court. Can they put some pressure on this Shark squad? A little bit of the pressure that they're feeling themselves, especially when that ball crosses half court.
Scott for 3.
Size and good, just controlling the defensive glass right now.
That's a 6th rebound.
Limited opportunity for the Jets on those second chance opportunities.
Gill misses. Good help from Stent just to get underneath him. And it's Blake. Left hand finishes nice.
Oh, jeez.
Runs into the base of the stanchion as well, but he's back.
Well, it's very well padded, but that was a beautiful finish. Really soft touch with the left hand and gets in the passing lane almost to create back-to-back opportunities. Doing it at both ends early. 13 points now, and extremely active in those passing lanes.
In the 2-3 zone are the Jets. Takar Cooper is out there, number 14. Burton. Gonna have to shoot it from the other corner. Scott.
Slow down a little bit from 3, especially when they are in that other corner.
They find Cooper in the corner. Takar Cooper knocks that down. Having a nice season off the bench, shooting the ball from deep, around 36%.
Well, they started off 1 for 6, but have found a little bit of form from deep since then. Now 3 for 10. So I make that 4 for 11. The Tukaha Cooper's triple has got on there. So I've picked it up just a bit, and that 3 ball, the great equalizer just like that. The Sharks need to have a chat about it and extend that defense out beyond the 3-point line to force this shooting Jet squad into drivers.
Yeah, the lead is now 4. Jets giving some rest to their starters, and the Jets have taken that opportunity to put it on the Sharks at the moment. Getting large pizza with 25% off with the online code crossover. Pickup only, valid until Wednesday.
Shit, any large pizza for 25% off?
That's what it says in large black font. Any large pizza.
Well, that sounds more like a 25% softening to my budget.
It does. It's a good saving. Even the cans are green.
Of course.
I love it.
Got to coordinate. Got to coordinate the jerseys with the cans.
Can any team in green and basketball win today?
It's the question. The luck of the Irish was not on the east coast of the United States, but maybe the Jets can keep the green's color lucky. Jamie Kendall back into the game to control the pace and find some quality against this zone defense of the Jets.
Inga gets the roll. Nice look from Braden Inga. He's got 9.
And these catches on the interior against the zone are just too deep.
Scott pulls the trigger early. Misses that.
The opposite direction, just too quick a look for the Jets on that side. Kendall having his way.
Inga on the baseline. Stent does well to block him off. In fact, it's an offensive foul on Braden Inga.
Late charge called. It looked like that might have gone off a Jet out of bounds. Jackson Stent a little the worse for wear after taking that to the ground, but well worth it when you get the change of possession. Standing Pippen just looking for a ref. I thought it was a bit nonchalant to inbound the ball. He said, no, just get somebody over here. There you go, young fellas, doing a great job with the towels, keeping the players safe.
Kendall picking up Scott full court. Heron. Scott looking for Pippin, but Romaro Gill.
Did not respect Jackson Sten out in the corner and gets the steal because of it. Great little sag defense.
Oh, great timing from both Kendall and Gill.
Just mesmerized the defense there, and then really late delivery to Gill, who catches it on the way down, still able to finish and stretch that lead back out to 8.
Pippin is fouled by Gill.
Really helpful for the Jets if they could get Romaro Gill in foul trouble. And if they can force him to the bench and take away his shot blocking ability, that will really open up some driving lanes and some offensive rebounding opportunities for the Jets, who they desperately need.
Romaro Gill just ended that shot from Mustafa Heron before it even left his hand.
It's a lot of length to try and get around the big fella.
Kendall, dancing feet, just gave Takaha Cooper all that he didn't want.
Just so pure. I mean, just nonplussed in his offensive repertoire. He will not be sped up in any way, shape, or form.
And another empty possession for the Manawatū Jets. That lead up to 11 now for the Sharks.
Well, they're just not putting any pressure on the Sharks. There's certainly not enough pressure on the Sharks in the half court. Who aren't really being forced to extend their defense and aren't being tested on the rotations either right now. And on the other end, Jeremy Kendall just taking his time and getting himself or one of his teammates a great look every time down the court.
Again, it's Kendall and Gill operating.
They're just not affecting that pick and roll at all.
Tisovich on the show. Blake, he knocks down that three. He wanted the foul call. He shot it out of frustration almost.
He's getting no space, but when he lets it fly, it is good. 18 points now.
Ball is tipped. And we might take a break as we've lost connection to the Manawatū. And until then, we'll be back. 40-27, 5:09 to go in this second period. Sorry for the interruption. We just lost pitches there from the game, but we are back. And you missed a Grant Anticevic three-point shot. And this is why the Southland Sharks have a 13-point lead rather. Gill on the post, Ledger on him. Nice touch from Romaro Gill. Ledger got a hand on it as well.
Romaro Gill has been an absolute beast on the interior. He is getting the ball in high efficiency scoring spots and taking advantage of that gift.
Cooper with the rebound. Blake checks his feet. Too long on that one. Romaro Gill is having a game. He's 2 points away from another double-double. It's Anticevic.
Is that a carry?
It is a carry. Just gave him a little bit of a hesitation, but went up and over with it. It doesn't feel like he did.
It's tough, especially for a carry as a player. You never really feel like you're doing it, and it's become a gray area in the game where sometimes you can get away with something, sometimes not quite as much, but it's all about the space you cover with it, really. It looks like it's too much, it probably is.
That three is good.
Well, that's a really nice play design to get the ball to the shooter coming off two screens. Lachlan Crate gets the hit.
Inga. Oh, one leg. Knocks it down from the elbow.
Finding some form, and he came off that injury a few weeks into the season. He's starting to look pretty comfortable out there. Just hadn't had his feet yet.
Crate again. Knocks that three down.
Back to back when you need it most.
Lachlan Crate's got the secret sauce for Ngātu Taufale in the second quarter.
You're going to have to force Gill to get out of the key if he keeps shooting like that.
Oh, Jeremy Kendall. That is why he is leading the MVP race.
It's just so smooth, so in control. 16 points on that make now.
Pippin attacks Gill. High off the glass, and that is the length of Gill.
You got to go to the basket. You can't bail out once you get to the cup and give him the space to close it.
Good defense on Kendall. Inga fading away, and he traveled.
Took that step and then went back to the fadeaway. I guess they're saying he had already taken it when he pivots off that last bit. That is just too much movement. Looked really smooth doing it. As Southland still in control, 14 points up in these 3 minutes. The Jets, they have to cut this under 10 coming into halftime to get some confidence.
This might help. Javion Blake with another three. He's got 21 and a half.
I mean, it is so pure leaving the hand. 8 for 11 from the field now.
How many threes does he have, Casey?
5 of 6 on that make.
5 of 6. Javion Blake is on one. Burton in the keyway. He traveled. He switched pivot foots, and he's called for it. Back-to-back turnovers for the Sharks with happy feet.
Yeah, they're being called really stingily on that little drop step turnaround. You come to the jump step. Oh yeah, he shuffled that right foot. He wanted to pivot it, but you see how he lifts it up there. You can see the space he covered. So Burton gets the space, but he does so illegally. Lead down to 11. And the Jets with a chance to cut it to single digits for the first time in a bit.
There's Blake. 5 threes in the half. Mustafa Heron gets Hillo up in the air. Nice ball movement. Takar Cooper can't nail that one.
Great looks, good extra pass, but the space was not used.
Oh, terrible defense from the Jets.
Just no comps whatsoever.
Blake! Oh, Javion Blake is 23 now.
Putting pressure in transition, not just from deep, but on the rim as well.
Inga off the glass and in. Braden Inga, 13 for him.
Back and forth action suddenly. We have a turnstile defensively. Might be able to do a better job than what we've seen on some of these drives.
That three misses. Manawatū, 8 for 21 from deep.
What a pass.
Oh my goodness, Hall cut, Kendall will find you.
Well, the weak side is just being ball focused, not seeing the cutters, not being physical. with their man not boxing out, and Jeremy Kendall is taking advantage with that assist to haul there.
Just 5 total free throws in this half. Pippen to Crate, looking for his third 3. Way long on that one.
These are the 2 least free throw shooting teams there are in the competition. The Sharks are last in free throw rate, and the Jets are 9th. They love the jump shot. Let's just say that. Mid-range game, all about that mid-range game and some up fakes.
Well, Heron and Blake like to drive. They do like to put the ball on the floor, but they love the 3 as well. As Anticevic is called for 3. It looked like he had a foot on the line, but it is deemed a 3. So now the lead's 18, under a minute to go. Javion Blake, Pippen waiting for it.
Well, just not working the ball around, forcing the Sharks team to defend anywhere. Instead, it is the Sharks dominant offensively, executing to perfection, and with a chance to stretch it to 20 on their final possession of the half.
There's about an 8-second difference between the game clock, shot clock. Jeremy Kendall misses that. And Tisovic with the rebound. And Heron gets him. And 2 shots coming for Grant Anticevic, the Australian.
The Southland Sharks, on the first of a 2 games in 2 days doubleheader, which is never easy, are looking to take care of business in game 1. You say to yourself when you go on a doubleheader, we got to get one of these 2. Well, up 18 with a chance to go up 20 with 9 seconds left in the half. They have put themselves in pole position to do just that.
You stay the night in Palmy, or do you drive down after the game to Wellington?
Personally, I'd rather stay where I am, get some sleep there. It depends on the team. Of course, I never sleep after the game. It's only an hour and a half, so you might as well get there, take the travel out. I've changed my mind already, Andrew. I want to drive tonight. And now we have a Sky City player timeout here. Well called by the Jets. 9 seconds left. Now they can get the ball up to half court. You see Javion Blake talking about the play. You want to go in with a little bit of confidence. Just shooting 37% and 34% from 3.
Yeah, what he's saying is he's pointing. He's saying, you give me the ball, I'll go there, get out of my way. I'm on 5 from deep.
And of course, use that QR code if you want to catch some of that fire at the game. Tickets to the big game available.
Great to see Opanaki High School, the boys and girls A teams.
Getting it done.
With Angelo Hill accompanied in, and Sal's NBL great for the Saints, among others. He could fill it up. There is Blake waving everybody off, directing traffic. And that's not the play they wanted to draw up, really. The Southland Sharks were all over them, and they have got a great lead. 58.5 from Southland. They average 89 per game, and they lead by 20. We'll be back after the break with the stats.
All right, the way it's going to go, Joseph.
Welcome back. Fly Palmy Arena. In a hole are the Jets. They've been well and truly grounded by the Southland Sharks. Down 20. Letting 58 be put on them as well. And it was a masterclass by Jeremy Kendall through that. He already has a double-double with 11 assists. He's got 16 points. And they are shooting, Casey Frank, 71% at halftime.
And no doubt that the Sharks are executing well, but it's a lack of intensity on the defensive end by the Jets that has allowed the Sharks to get to this level. Romaro Gill also at a double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds. Got a couple blocks to go with it as well. There's the Kendall assist. Look at that. 15 assists to the Sharks. And I'd be surprised if there's more than 6 total for the Jets. We see the blocks, Gill with a couple there. Piff Mimiosia. Haven't called his name a lot tonight, but a big block earlier in that one. And Romaro Gill and Braden Inger on the steals, but one-way traffic defensively, absolutely.
What shows you everything you need to know about the Jets at the moment? Javion Blake has 23. The next highest scorer is Lachlan Crate. Off the bench, back-to-back triples. And he is the second highest scorer. Danny Pippin has 2 points. Mustafa Heron has 4. These imports, I came into the game and I said that they were arguably the best trio. Well, they are scoring-wise, but they'll have to see more out of Heron and Pippin the second, because those fans on screen won't be very much impressed with the effort they're getting at the moment.
We've got to find some level of efficiency. Crate and Blake, the only players to score more than 1 bucket. Nobody else has hit 2 shots in this game by themselves. And
Welcome back, Fly Palmy Arena. And Manawatū Jets with a nice crowd in. Looking to get this job off the ground, really, because they are down 20 points, 58-38. And just really nice work from the likes of Romaro Gill on screen with a double-double already. Jeremy Kendall has 16 and 11 assists. Braden Inga, 13 points for him. Stuffer Heron, he has started cooking in third quarters. I need more out of him and Danny Pippen. They've only got 6 points combined. Javion Blake, the lone bright light for the Manawatū Jets, 23 in that half. 23 of the 38 points.
Yeah, Top Gun, this is not. The plane has not yet left the hangar. The question is, can they find that high octane level here in the second half? No team can get hotter if they start hitting from deep than the Jets. The way they let it fly, you have options all over the court. But in that first half, the Sharks were methodical on both ends, really slowing down the Jets in the half court, not giving up any easy looks at the basket and contesting the tray ball every single chance that they had. Offensively, just had their way. Jeremy Kendall leading the way with his 16 points and 11 assists. As Romaro Gill, his double-double, dominated the interior.
Well, these two teams are 5 and 6 on the ladder. Top 6 make the playoffs. We're rapidly approaching the midway point of the season. And they have a tough assignment tomorrow as well to the Sharks. Back-to-back games. They've got the Wellington Saints in Wellington. The Saints have all their games in 2023 at home, it seems.
They're going to have to take it on the road tour at some point.
They're going to have some hefty road trips. They've had a lot of games at home, but this Sharks team will have to do it all again tomorrow against the Saints team, desperate to start getting some wins on the board. The good news is for the Saints and everybody else, really, everybody's beating everybody.
Nobody's running away with it right now. Even the Otago Nuggets, who were starting to look like the premier team in the squad, as were the Rams, chasing right behind them. Well, the Auckland Totara have gone on the road this weekend and disproven that theory that they are uncatchable. A couple of wins have brought them slightly back to the pack. Everybody with a loss now. And anybody with at least 2 wins, which is the entire league, is only at least 1 game out of the 6. So a lot of road left to be traveled. No one should lose heart just yet.
The Saints have played 3 games on the road, I joke, but it's going to be hard to win back-to-back. Good rivalry between the Saints and the Sharks as well. They've shared some championships over the last few years, decade or so. Ngāti Tawhali and his coaching staff will be looking forward to an improved performance. Mustafa Heron, what damage can he get going? He has traditionally been a pretty good third quarter player. He's been very quiet, as has Danny Pippen. Just 6 points, as I said, between the two of them.
Putting some size. And Jeremy Kendall starting Liam Judd in the matchup, seeing if that changes things up.
He gave him a couple of looks like that in the first quarter. But Jeremy Kendall's such a good operator. He's happy to find the open man, and they work Gill up against Ledger. Romaro Gill misses that. Here comes Heron. And Heron takes the shot, misses that. Inga with a late whistle on the foul.
Heron was upset at the no call. Inger's upset at the whistle. But early fast break opportunity after the brick by Gill gets Heron in open space where he just did not have the ball in hand much to end that first half, as it was just one-way traffic to close out the second quarter. A 20-point lead by the Sharks, but 2 from the TAB gets you back on the right foot.
Mustafa Heron makes the first from the TAB. Yeah, expect him to be more aggressive in this third quarter. We saw what he did against the Bulls. He had 19 in the third quarter. Off the top of my head.
It was just 1 for 4 from the field in the first half, so not a lot of looks. And he is a guy who certainly needs that ball in hand to be as dangerous as he can be.
Inga. Jeremy Kendall. Oh, man.
Just, what are they guarding?
Wow. I think they're just so worried about Kendall and who he's going to find up high. They just lost Alonzo Burden.
Is he camouflaged?
I think he is. He's wearing...
Oh, beautiful.
Oh,
Liam Judd.
oh who else? Liam Judd. He can do it all.
Show the go. The Dipsy do for 2.
Oh, my goodness. Alonzo Burden not boxed out.
Last possession, no one even guards him in the corner. He just runs right in for a layup. This possession, nobody boxes out. He takes advantage again.
So I tell my 9-year-old in his basketball team that I help coach, you gotta stick your booty out and box out. That was this week's lesson, and that is not an example, kids. Any of you are watching from the Mavericks, that is not what you do. That's what happens. You just get beaten in a tippet. Kendall gets it back from Burton. Looking for Gill. Looking for everybody. Nice work from Blake. Here he comes. Javion Blake! My goodness, he bobbled it. And he puts it up and in for the three-point play opportunity.
Well, he gets racked on the arms, makes him lose possession after the acrobatic and stretchy steal. Lost the ball there, but grabbed it in midair afterwards to get the beautiful finish. That would have been the cherry on top of the sundae. Instead, we just give you the first taste.
Can't get the roll.
Oh, Anticipich out of bounds.
Yeah. Danny Pippen with the hustle.
I got to ask, how did he get out of bounds if he wasn't pushed? But the Jets don't need to ask that question as Danny Pippen II regains possession with a little hustle on the offensive glass. Doesn't get credit for the step, but gets to keep the ball. See if he gets a shot up on the baseline.
Heron. Oh, yeah, Mustafa Heron loves the third quarter.
They are just so explosive when they start moving the ball and attacking with some decisiveness.
Burton. Oh, Anticipich shoved Danny Pippen into fielding.
I'm going to borrow a word from some of the NBA broadcasts that I've heard this week. Embellishment. Let's take a look as Pippen goes flying.
Danny Pippen, are you okay?
A bit of a forearm shove in there from Anticipich, but well sold.
You've got to sell this if you're down 15. I mean, he and Anticipich are battling in the third quarter already.
Everybody loves a trier. Gave it some effort, got possession back to back, and the Jets gave something with it.
Blake off the glass and in.
That was a shifty move there. Playing with his food, still drops in for 2.
Kendall, the pull-up. Jeremy Kendall, unreal.
Just too much space when he got there. And Liam Judd in reply.
Nice work from Liam Judd.
I was confused by whose flowing moulet that was.
They're just so concerned. I think it's just what Kendall can do, but they turn it over to the Sharks. Heron stepping into the 3. Oh, Mustafa Heron, that would have been an absolute house lifter.
Well, they've got all the tools defensively, but they're just not keeping their heads on a swivel right now, losing sight of the man and the ball.
Deep catch for Gill. Ledger, he's frustrated. He thought he got all ball.
Well, it's a tough angle to see that contact on the arm. That was the trailing official that makes that whistle on the opposite block. And Josh Ledger frustrated by it, but there was some contact in there. See, he's not straight up. He goes over the arm. Even if there's not a lot of contact, the fact that he's not straight up makes it look like a foul from the other side of the court. And something that he's got to let go as this Jet squad tries to get back into it.
Maro Gill, 64% from the TAB, misses that.
I'm wondering if just a bit of nerves here for Coach Guy Malloy. Just 6 points in the quarter for the Sharks after a tremendous opening half of 58.
Ball don't lie, Josh Ledger. Judd bobbled it, gets it back. No, it's Gill. He bent down to get it.
Long way to go. Still was able to get there quickly enough to regain it.
Anticevic with Pippen on him. Gill up high. Kendall giving it to Gill.
Just on a platter. I mean, that he needs to get him a birthday gift, a Christmas card, a couple other gifts, because he is setting the table for him.
Oh, slashing his hair. He gets to the cup and puts it in. He's got 11 now. He's come alive.
A little burst of speed, pushes around that corner. Not a hard enough show to deter the drive.
Sharks lead is 13. You cannot leave Alonzo Burton open in the corner like that.
No resistance on these arm balls. An arm ball, there's just no communication. They're not really showing. They're not really switching. Coming off an arm ball, space all day for the Sharks.
His second three, 2 for 6. Pippen in and out. Danny Pippen, he is not having a good shooting night. He's 1 for 10.
1 for 9 at the half, so it's been a struggle to find that range.
Jeremy Kendall's human. Here comes Heron. Oh, that was
a kick?
It looked like a kick, but it looked like a gorgeous pass. Unfortunately, it wasn't handled well with that foot, maybe taking a glancing blow to it.
It was going right into that pocket, but then all of a sudden took an awkward bounce. Guess might be a stone on the pitch today.
That is it's over 2-1 in rebound advantage for the Southland Sharks in this one.
And that's just not good enough in the effort area. And especially when you're down this big a rate.
Momosia, he connects from deep. And that is welcome relief for Keith Momosia, not getting a lot of time in that first half. Just 6 minutes 50. And he's in the game and he connects from deep. That's his first three. They are 10 for 30 from downtown. And timeout called by Guy Malloy.
Grant Anticevic challenges him to make it, sagged in, was worried about Blake's driving ability. And that gravity he had opens up that opportunity for Pep Momosia, recent graduate.
Food science. Filling it up like MSG.
Oh, there we go. That's what I like to hear.
No, I'm sorry if you watch the Bulls game. I've retreated.
It's okay.
That one.
But nobody, they would have just played it off like me.
I guess you are going to grab some rebounds when the team you're playing was shooting in the low 30s at halftime, and you're shooting 68%.
Yeah, the Jets have missed 27 shots. And that is essentially the story of the game. Just an inability to find that range. Just 10 for 30 from deep.
Well, it was worse.
It was 1 for 6 at one point.
Yeah, they were down 20. They're now down 13. So it will be Engel with the ball. They're all over Kendall. What the Bulls were able to do, though, in that win, Brantley was great, but they sustained and withstood. Oh, my goodness. They are just cutting them up.
Well, every time there's a penetration, the weak side defenders just stare at the driver, loose side of their man, and those cutters are cutting right in front of them for easy buckets. You got to keep that head on the swivel. Got to be physical with those cutters when they come across.
The Bulls got Romaro Gill in foul trouble, and that's one of the reasons why that paint became so open. But you've got to defend the paint with those weak side cutters, definitely. Here comes Kendall. Excuse me. It's now Anticevic. It's Inga. Back to Kendall. A little bit of a hesitation. Stent gets that. Nice defense from Jackson Stent. He does not take possessions off on the defensive end. Oh, Danny Pippin has it. Danny Pippin, who was in two minds. Was he going to hammer it down? Didn't have the pop. And he blows the layup.
Just easy opportunities. Go wanting for the Jets again. And then poor defense to top it off.
Anger. He carves them up. He's got 15. He is 7 for 7, Braden Anger.
Keeps letting it fly. Get this man some more touches. 17-point lead. Extended once again by Anger in the paint.
Stent goes over the top of Braden Anger and gives him some of that. Jackson Stent with a nice post move.
So some nice footwork and the soft touch, and then the foul on Jeremy Kendall at midcourt. Just a second of the quarter on the Jets. Take another look at that little post move. Little fadeaway action. Drop it in, cuts it back to 15. In about the same position with about 3 minutes left in the second quarter. I thought the Jets really need to get that lead under 10 to get some momentum going in the second half. Well, certainly the same is true here in the fourth. 3 minutes to go. They need to compress that deficit.
3 minutes to go in the third. Gill is back out there. Anger looking to give Stent something.
What a pass.
Two great passes.
Oh my goodness.
Gill puts it up and in.
Well, the Hall pass was nice, but the Hinger pass was incredible to find the soft touch. Wow.
Anytime you get a Hall pass.
There we go.
Momasia.
The Sharks controlling the glass. No second efforts for the Jets.
Hall. Oh, splashes one down.
They are just having a field day. Every look they want, they can get. The Jets are trying to get back in with some offense, but it's the defense that's letting them down.
Takaha Cooper. Look at that. Lead is 20 for the Sharks.
That is at least 3 layups this quarter they have just missed.
Nice save from Helu. Anger.
Why not? Why not?
Braden Anger is on fire.
8 for 8 from the field.
Braden Anger has 18 and 8 rebounds.
Welcome back to the cool side of the pillow and a little nice shooting touch. Braden Anger. Lead is 23 and the crowd is silenced.
Ledger. Stent. Too strong.
Big Gill disturbed that shot. His extension forcing it long. Well, let it fly, Dan. What are you even looking at? You haven't missed. Kendall was trying to hook you up. He will again.
Kendall. Hello from the other side. Splashes it down.
He is slicing this D apart like he was Edward Scissorhands. It is getting ugly.
Ledger with an offensive rebound. 26. Handle bobbled. Momasia bobbles that. He knocks a 3 down.
Hey, the crowd is exalted to finally see one drop. You know it's a tough night when 23 seems like a decent deficit.
Kendall stepping into a 3. Jets survived that one. Under 30 seconds to go, Ledger. Blake, 11 on the shot clock.
Oh, nice screen by Ledger on the fade.
Oh, Jackson Stent. Braden Anger clash, and Braden Anger's felt that one.
Jackson Stent, just a bit like a big puppy at times.
I feel like Jackson Stent and Braden Anger played basketball before against each other in age group.
You're correct.
Jackson Stent is 22 years old and he went to Westlake, whereas Braden Anger went to Rangitoto.
26?
Yeah, around about 26. Maybe not a lot of basketball. He was a Tall Black last year, made his debut, not early this year, as I said earlier in the game. Kendall. Anticevich, and that's it. They ran out of time as the third quarter wound down. And that has put the Jets down 23 and out of their misery for that 10 minutes. They made a run, but the Sharks just picked them apart. And we'll come back with the fourth quarter and a miracle needed for that team on your screen.
Almost. 14 seconds. Hey! Awesome work. That's it. You can keep that. And I've got for you the ticket to next week's game. Week is another home game on Sunday once again, 4 p.m. Sunday, 4 p.m. next Sunday is our next home game, and then the guys will be away for a little bit.
Welcome back. Jets in the hole. Down 23. That is a damning stat. And if you're from the TAB, that is a stat that you can be proud of, because they are our official stats partner, and that is just a straight fact. Southland have 84 through 3 quarters. They average 89 a game.
I think they're going to meet that today. I'd say there's a good chance. And the big difference for the Jets is all 3 imports not firing. Javion Blake having a blinder, 27 points. But the other 2 imports combined, 13 points, 2 for Daniel Pippen II, just 1 for 11 from the field, 11 from Mustafa Heron, who finally got the ball in hand a little bit in that third quarter.
Pippen misses again, 1 for 12. Rebound though, is Heron's. Nice defense from Burton, even better offense. These 2 teams played earlier in the season. In fact, it was the first game of the season for these 2 teams. And Danny Pippen, it was a different story. He didn't have the other 2 imports. He had 28. He had the loss though. Anticevich from the TAB line, where there hasn't been a lot of shooting from the TAB line. It's come to foul shots.
And just completely lost on the fake handoff as Heron lets it fly. Why not? Cuts it back down to 20 with the sweet stroke. Up to 14 points on the evening for him, 2 for 5 from deep. But it's this end where we see another wide open Shark. How can you not see these guys? They're wearing high vis.
It's so true. And Burton hustles hard again. And he gets the bucket. Alonzo Burton has 12 now.
It is just pick your poison. Whatever you want to serve to the Jets today, they are taking it as the Sharks are just dropping offense from all over the court.
Inga. A rare miss for Braden Inga. He was 18 points with 8 for 8 from the floor. Heron. Oh, Alonzo Burton.
That, I think they need to discuss that. There is no play on the ball there.
There's no play on that ball.
If you're asking me, that's unsportsmanlike. They're not discussing it, so it's a bit strange. That's just a straight foul, but he was well on his way to a 2-point finish.
Heron at the line at the TAB.
The angle we have with the camera, though, from behind the play, There could have been more ball there than we can see from this side.
Let me have a look here. Just gave him all of that. He got a lot of ball, and instantly that baseline ref, she made the call. So maybe there was a lot of ball, so maybe just good hard defense. Not a lot of embellishment from Mustafa Heron.
It's that left hand in the back that probably made it look a little bit worse than it was. Heron can't get the second to drop. 22 the difference.
Anger. Got Liam Judd up in the air. Liam Judd's doing a good job of trying to stick with Jeremy Kendall, but unless you're a savvy, experienced defender, he has got a myriad of tricks.
Just 2 points in the third quarter for Kendall. You want to know why? Because he's up to 18 assists for the game.
18 assists?
He is hooking his teammates up left, right, and center.
18 assists.
Yeah, he's got,
I tell you what,
19 and 18 now.
He's slacking off on the rebounds. He has none.
11 assists in that at halftime. 7 assists in that third quarter. Just getting penetration, finding shooters on the weak side or finding those cutters that are making his life easy.
And I wonder what the assist record is in the Southland NBL. Can somebody hook us up via Twitter at Andrew_Mulligan or KC Frank, KSEE.
It's Frank after that. I can't believe you remember. That's amazing. And another cut leads to 2 points.
Another easy basket.
Well, at this point, if I'm Coach Guy Malloy, I'm starting to think about tomorrow.
I was going to ask you that in the third quarter.
There's 7.5 left. You're up 26. I'm putting Jeremy Kendall on the bench. I'm putting Grant Anticevich on the bench. As many as these guys that I can get on the bench, I'm putting on the bench.
I think Liam Judd saw Romaro Gill before the catch. And we've got a wet spot on the floor, so we're going to get that cleaned up first.
That young fella did not have a lot of height to him. Did they pick him to be the floor mopper because he was so close to the ground?
Here is Liam Judd going down, and that's where the wet spot was. Well, it will be a season high assist record with another one. Kyle Adnam had 18 for the Saints, of course.
I think it was 19 points, 18 assists, and it was against this Shark squad. Where he got those 18 assists, so.
Is the NBA record still 30 by Scott Skiles?
Was it
Scott Skiles?
Was it 32? I thought it was 32. 32 or 33.
I thought it was 30. Could be wrong. I usually am. But that's a 48-minute game, and Scott Skiles, he had Shaquille O'Neal in his.
He did.
He had young Shaquille O'Neal in his prime.
He was. For a long time, Shaq used to say that Scott Skiles was the best point guard he ever played with. And you can see why when a guy drops 30-plus assists in a game. 30 assists is the record, confirmed by Google.
Single game assist record for the South NBL.
That was creating a lot of buckets.
Oh, that is a great out of timeout play. Liam Judd.
Liam Judd with a bit of a highlight for the home crowd as Burton doesn't find the measure there, but complained about the foul, doesn't get it. Oh, just nearly takes the cookies there as Pippen lets it fly and cannot find the center of the iron once again. Jeremy Kendall. Let's get to 20 assists, JK. Oh, he gets the turnover there. Javion Blake, as the Sharks do well in transition. As the form of this game,
wow,
has somewhat diminished.
Danny Pippen.
This is a tough day for Danny Pippen.
He is 1 for 13. He is, I tell you what, He hasn't looked engaged doing anything other than to shoot the 3 ball in this game. Grabs the rebound there.
And he was, well atop the rebounding numbers in the conference, in this league, as Judd can't get it up, so it's going to be on the pass.
Well,
On the foul.
He's a walking double-double, Danny Pippen. He averages 23.7 and 11.6 assists, rebounds, but he's just not feeling it in this game, and that is a shame for Danny Pippen. Here's the out-of-bounds play.
Nice pace. Nice pass by Blake, sorry. Good finish. Puts a little English on it with the kick. As these last 5 minutes all about pride for the Jets as Heron puts on a little flavor. Shows some quickness in the step back to cut it to 21 points. Travel called.
Travel is called. Romaro Gill was being harassed. Yeah, Guy Malloy, when is he going to start resting guys? He's got Braden Inga on the bench. He's in recovery mode. He's in a banana.
With 5.5 left, I mean, certainly the most important player to try and get some rest is that guy who's a little longer in the tooth, Jeremy Kendall.
Andrew Wheeler, player coach, he might make an appearance.
Yeah, he's had some injuries at times this year as well. Always appreciate another run. Or those would go out there and get a foul.
Ball goes to the Sharks. Timeout called because the Jets are making a run here.
Well, this is the preemptive timeout by Coach Guy Malloy. You're looking at 5:24 here. What you're talking about at this point is, hey guys, 5:24. You're talking maybe if we stretch it out really on, we got 9 more possessions in this game. Every time we get the ball, we're taking care of it. We're just getting that shot clock down to 2-3 seconds. And we're ensuring that we're not turning it over and giving them easy opportunities. Keep packing the paint, make them make shots. And if you get hungry on the way home, let's pick up a pizza from Sal's for 25% off with the online code crossover. It's all on the scout.
He's still going with some of the starters. By the looks of things, Jeremy Kendall, 20 points, 19 rebounds. A new record for this season.
19 assists. You got
What did I say?
rebounds, but it's okay.
I said assists when it came to Pippen. It's 19 assists, 20 points, 6 of 11 shooting, 5 of 5 from the foul line, 3 of 6 from deep.
I want to see a 20-20 game. Come on, Jeremy Kendall. Putting it together. He's got the Clark Kent little squirrel in the little swirl, not a squirrel. It's not a small animal from North America, but it is going a circular shape. Oh, that's how it gets through.
A travel is caught, but how on earth did Alonzo Burden get that pass from Grant Anticevich?
There must be something with the lighting in there that the Jets can't see the ball, because that went through multiple hands.
Look at this pass. Oh my goodness. Good defense in the end, but
I think that bounced off Crate's hands back into Burton's pocket.
Aaron misses that. Kendall has it. Casey demands a 20th assist.
Let's get it done. Why else are you out there? It's not to get the 20-20 game. You have 21 with 4:30 left.
Gill gives it back. Kendall, what's he going to do?
Drop one, get a 20-20. Oh no. So Burton all over the offensive glass again. Javion Blake misses the box out. Burton takes advantage for his 16th point of the ballgame.
Blake, he gets another bucket. Alonzo Burden, he's got 7 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds.
I really do. Why is Jeremy Kendall still in the ballgame? They've got a game tomorrow. They don't even have a day of rest.
Against the Saints, and he will be harassed by Kyle Adnam. What a matchup that will be. 2 premier point guards in this competition, which this competition is absolutely blessed with talent.
Oh, he's trying to get the 20th assist, and there it is.
20 assists for Jeremy Kendall.
On another back cut with no one in the vicinity.
Lonzo Burden, a rebounding monster.
I see Andrew Wheeler getting those socks ready. He might be getting ready for a run.
Can you make a sub in a Sky City player timeout?
Ooh!
Mara Gill.
Lachlan Craig comes along for the ride. Gill just a little bit out of his zone of influence on that make attempt.
Here it is, Romaro Gill taking off, and Lachlan Craig got him.
We'll stretch this one out a little bit further. I mean, I hate to ruin the suspense, but I do think this is going to be a Jets loss and a Sharks win.
Southland Sharks pouring it on, 96 points with 3:45 to go. They've had 48 points in the paint, a lot of back cuts. They've led by as much as 26. They've gone on an 11-0 run.
Braden Anger, 18 points, 11 rebounds, 8 for 10 from the field. And Tisovich, 14 points, 5 boards, 1 assist, 5 for 6 from the field. Alonzo Borton, 16, 9 boards. Oh, just everybody's crashing the glass. Romaro Gill, 14 and 13.
Even Ben Hall, 9 points off the bench, 4 of 6 shooting, 5 assists, 3 rebounds.
Just really putting together a good effort off the glass, or off the bench there by Ben Hall. Really just 7 players. Tom Cowie has played just 2.5 minutes tonight. And not going to get an extra 3:45 as Jeremy Kendall gets back out onto the court.
What a hooper.
Hooper,
I mean,
at some stage, yeah.
At 35, you can ask, hey, coach.
Hey, coach, we got a game. Do you know we have a game tomorrow? No, but you know, sometimes
They've already won the season series.
they have.
You know, this is the second game between these two teams. They won the first one.
Look, some guys just like to be out there.
True.
You know, and what's 4 minutes? What's 4 minutes really going to do? Probably could have said about 5 minutes left in the third, though.
Anger as well. I know he's obviously come back from injury, so he's done very well in this game, and he deserves to take a seat.
As the Jets have pulled all their imports out of the game, as Liam Judd says, you don't need imports to hit triples. Out of the favored Sharks deep right corner, where they found a lot of action early. Crowd still engaged in the Manawatū.
Always a good atmosphere at Jets games. Kendall finds Gill, and then Ledger frustrated with that call, but Romaro Gill just ready.
Too much contact to be that frustrated. As we take another look at the drop off by Kendall, and it's that lower body contact. It's reasonably clean up high, but got that. Gill's closing that space into you as Jeremy Kendall, Brent Inger finally get to sit down.
Hello is out there. Romaro Gill, good on the first. Well, this might actually be one of the quickest games we've had this season as well.
This not been a lot of fouls.
Not a lot of foul shots from the TAB as Gill misses the second.
This is not going to be one that the Jets are going to like looking at on film. You know, they have, as we see Josh Leisure with a nice post move, really clever footwork in the post.
I wonder if Natu Taufale or his coaching staff have the opportunity to cut up some film, but I would not like to look at the highlights of all the back cuts.
Well, if I'm the coach, that's all I'm watching, because that is just a straight effort thing. And if you're telling me, as we see another Hall triple, as he's up to 12 points now.
12 threes. They're 12 of 25. As that three is good. Is that from Lachlan Craig?
Again, yeah.
That's his third three.
He's finding some space.
They are 15 of 46. Got a foul.
Well, they get him up from deep. There's no doubt about it. 46 shots from 374 shots total. Well over that 50% from deep. But
Manawatū Taufale taking a coaching exercise here for his young bench players. They've cut the lead to 19. 2:21 to go.
Might have spoken too soon about the fastest game this season. There's a lot of timeouts left. Still got some Sky City player timeouts as well. Never stop playing though, even though it's 19 points with 2:21 left. I have seen things just about as strange. I've been in games just about as strange as that. There's one game I'll never forget, down about a minute 8, down 17. We won in regulation in a minute and 8 seconds.
You were down, what?
Down 17.
You were down 17 with 68 seconds to go.
68 seconds to go.
What happened?
They turned it over a couple times in a row. We hit a couple of threes.
Was Tracy McGrady playing?
There was no Tracy McGrady. Orlando Manigoats, he was big in that game.
Yeah.
For the North High Mustangs. But just because
17 points.
Always keep playing.
How many threes were hit?
I think it was 5 threes. We had 5 threes and 2 free throws.
And how many different shooters?
It was just same guy. It was Orlando Manigoats.
Wow. Is that on VHS somewhere? Where is that?
I don't think my school could afford VHS back then. The North High Mustangs at the Trevor Brown Bruins.
And Adamson in the game for the Sharks. Andrew Wheeler is now out there, player coach. Sharks legend. Cowie ran into trouble. They still have it. Wheeler misses that. Crate with the ball. Excuse me, that's Campbell Scott, my apologies. There's Crate with the ball. Bangs into Gill. And Gill, that length of his, forces Crate to travel with it.
It's always difficult when you've seen a 7-footer there. Try to step through. Nah. The young fella said, what did I do? They hit me. Come on, ref.
Cowie. Adamson on the drive.
Adamson's got a little bit of athleticism to him. Trying to get to the cup and show it off.
Defense just a little bit too physical. So Adamson will go to the line to shoot 2. Minute 41 to go in this game.
And Southland Sharks can turn their attention to the Wellington Saints tomorrow.
How do you see that going?
Well, the last time those teams met, to be blunt, the Saints just looked like they had more talent out on the court. Their athleticism just overwhelmed the Sharks, but they are executing at a different level against this Jet squad, and that is how they're going to try and beat the Saints tomorrow, is with high levels of effort and execution, slowing down that transition game.
Cowie. Finds Helu. He knocks down another 3. Johnny Helu, 3 for 4 in this game.
Oh, nice dime by Pifmo Macia. Judd can't take advantage.
Ledger up high. Adamson goes down. Cowie looking up ahead. Here's Wheeler. Oh, nice look from Wheeler, just a little bit too strong for the cutting Helu. And
watching a lot of Jeremy Kendall. He's trying to
he is
get him on the dime game.
Tough night for this Manawatū Jets team. Not the performance they would have wanted in front of their fans on a Saturday night. And they will go down big time to the Sharks, who came out and just played the smackdown, really. That 3 ball is good.
Great again.
From Crate.
12 points now.
4 threes off the bench.
A little bright spot. And an otherwise gloomy performance for the Jets.
They've come out and won this 4th quarter. If there's a travel of Campbell Scott, if there's any consolation in that. They've had the Sharks scoreless for a while now.
Just 15 seconds left in this ball game. As the Sharks have taken step one in the doubleheader. Oh, and Cowboys to the cup. Not content to let that clock run out despite having the season series.
Scott, time winding down, and he ends on a positive, does Campbell Scott, and he hits his first three. He's 1 for 4 now. Tough game for Campbell Scott and the Manawatū Jets. 105-89. A 16-point lead. There's a 16-point win. They led by as much as 26 to the Sharks. And it was all Sharks. A feeding frenzy on the Manawatū Jets. They finished their regular season series 2-0 against the Jets.
And the Jets just could never really find it offensively. Struggled to get the measure from deep and were just really outworked on the glass. They had a total of 28 rebounds, 43 to the Sharks. Just never had that possession game going. And Jeremy Kendall, another maestro of a game as for the point guard. 20 points. Heron, Blake, 29 and 19. Liam Crate, nice off the bench with 12, but just 50 points for the import trio that was averaging over 70. Here you see the rebounds, 3 Sharks in double figures. Gil, Inger, and Alonzo Burton. Big effort there. The assist, that is not a misprint. A 20-piece for Jeremy Kendall.
Ben Hall with 5 as well off the bench.
And always Romaro Gill, always up there in the block game. Really affecting things with his length. And then late in the game, the Jets got in on creating some turnovers. But a little bit too little too late, as they'll head back to the drawing board as the Sharks will look to go from strength to strength, move up the ladder in the final 6, and a chance to cap a doubleheader weekend. A doubleheader weekend in 2 days tomorrow at the Wellington Saints.
Hawks, Giants, that is a must-win game for both those teams as well. That's the 4 p.m. game. And then Saints Sharks, another must-win game for both teams as well. But it has been a bit of a one-sided affair here. We'll get it back underway for round 8. The Airs and the Rams from New Plymouth on Thursday night. Big win for the Sharks. They get the dub 105-89. And they've got less than 24 hours to prepare for that Saints game, do Jeremy Kendall and the Southland Sharks. Final here is 105-89. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the doubleheader tomorrow.